Hey, y'all. We are just here to give you some music tonight to start your evening off. My name is Mickey. This is Scott. This is David. And we're just glad to be here, glad to be part of this amazing event and organization. And we really hope that you guys empty your pockets and you just are so generous because this is such an important cause. So we hope you enjoy what we're going to bring for you tonight. Just a small town girl living in a lonely world. Took a midnight train going anyway. Just a city boy, born and raised in South Detroit. Took a midnight train going anyway. Singer in a smoky room, smell of wine, cheap perfume. For a smile to share the night, it goes on and on and on. Stranger waiting up and down the boulevard, their shadow searching in the night. Street light, people living just to find emotion, hiding somewhere in the night. Cause you know I'm about the bass, about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, Yeah, it's pretty clear. I ain't no size two, but I can shake it like I'm supposed to do. They got that boom boom and all the boys chasing all the right junk, all the right places. See the magazine, working at Photoshop. You know that stuff ain't real. Come on now, make it stop. You got beauty, just lay them up. Every interview is perfect, from the bottom to the top. Yeah, my mama, she told me don't worry about your size. She said, boy, you like a little more booty to hold me nice. Don't worry, no six figures, silicone by the door. So if that's what you're into, then go ahead and move along. Because you know I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, no trouble. All about that bass, no trouble. All about that bass. I'm bringing booty back. Go ahead and tell them skinny girls. You know the ones who think they're bad. I'm here to tell you every inch of you is perfect from the bottom to the top. Yeah, my mama, she told me don't worry about your size. She said, boy, like a little more booty to hold tonight. Oh, they don't see figures, silicone by the door. So if that's what you're into, go ahead and move along. Cause you know I'm all about that bass, no trouble. All about that bass, no trouble. All about that bass, no trouble. All about that bass, Cause you know I'm all about that bass. No, no trouble. All about that bass, no trouble. I'm about that bass, All right. Okay. So this is kind of a blues song. It's a little bit. I'm losing my pedal here, so I'm gonna pull it back. I can't. Okay. So this is just a song by Beth Hart. She is my favorite artist, and these guys learned it for me. So thank you. We'll see how it goes. My love has come along. My dreams become a storm. My days are bright and sunny. Funny why I'm so blue. The man is like a drug, humiliating, I can get him hung. Love and all its splendor has surrendered into every door. That is the blues that I know. This is love, what was I thinking? If this is love, what the hell am I the joy versus the pain. Now my joy it ain't the same. So I put it plain and simple, just like fried flakes do. No little bread through. This is love. What was I thinking? If this is love, what the hell am I gonna do? And that man has got me sinking to the bottom. Oh, the blue. If this is love, what was I thinking? If this is love, what the hell am I gonna do? And the man is sinking to the bottom. Oh, the blue. But I choose love is the baddest blue. Oh man, you know.
Nice, Mickey.
I think that's a good song. All right, so we're just gonna stay in the female artist realm. Bring you a little Brandy Carlisle, local artist. Again, you guys, we're so happy to be here, and we're happy that you're here. So anybody that's coming in a little bit late, welcome. All of these lines across my face tell you the story of who I am. So many stories of where I've been and how I got to where I am. But these stories don't mean anything when you got no one to share them to. It's true. I was made for you. I climbed across the mountain tops, swam all across the ocean blue. Crossed the lines, I broke all the rules. Baby, I broke them all for you. Oh, because even when I was flat broke, you made me feel like $1,000,000. It's true. I was made for you. used to spend my nights out in a ballroom. Liquor was the only love I knew. But you rescued me from reaching for the bottom and brought me back from being too far gone. You're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey. You're as sweet as strawberry wine. You're as warm as a glass of brandy. Honey, I stay stoned on your love all the time. Look for love in all the same places, but the bottom of a bottle is always dry. When you poured out your love, I didn't waste it. No, 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 'cause there is nothing like your love to get me high. Ooh, that's Tennessee whiskey. You're as sweet, strong as wine. You're as warm as black brandy. Honey, I stay stoned on your love all the time. You're smooth as Tennessee whiskey. You're as sweet as wine. You're as warm as a glass of brandy. Honey, I stay stoned on your love all the time. You're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey. Tennessee whiskey. Tennessee whiskey. You're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey. Tennessee whiskey. Tennessee whiskey. As I understand, you guys are going to be having some fun with whiskey tonight, if I recall. So there you go. Just don't end up in the bottom of the bottle. It's always dry. All right. So this song, this is like such a one-hit wonder, and it's like an anthem, and I feel like it's timeless. So we're gonna just do our version of a song that you used to raise your lighter to back in the day. All right, let me give you a count. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 25 years, my life is still trying to get up that gravy hill of hope for a destination. I realized quickly when I knew that I should, the world was made up of this brotherhood of man, for whatever that means. And so it cries sometimes when I'm lying in bed, trying to get and I take a deep breath. I get real high and I scream from the top of my lungs, what's going on? And I say, hey, 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 hey. I said, hey, what's going on? I said, hey, I said, hey, what's going on? And I try. Oh my God, do I try? I try all the time. And this institution, and I pray. Oh my God, do I pray? I pray every single day for the revolution. So it cries the time when I'm lying in bed, just thinking, well, I'm sitting my head and I'm feeling peculiar. So I wake in the morning and I step outside. I take a deep breath, get real high, and I scream from the top of my lungs, what's going on? I said, hey, hey, hey. I said, hey, what's going on? I said, hey, hey. I said, hey, what's going on? Ooh. 25 years, my life is still trying to get up that great big hill of hope for a destination. I know we're all trying, right? This has been a year and a half where we're virtual, but next year will be live, y'all. So, all right, we got one more. So we're gonna just take it out with a little Elton John.
Hi, everyone. Our program will be starting in 5 minutes. So just a reminder to get over to the TVs, make sure you're signed in to the auction portal on your phone. If you haven't, your friends that are signed up should have received a text and they can send you the link to make sure you can bid on auction items, make donations, and buy any last-minute raffle tickets. Also, please feel free to tag us in social media on either Instagram or Facebook at Alexanders_Hope. We'll see you soon. Now, back to the music.
Oh, but they're weird and they're wonderful. Oh, Benny, she's really king. She's got electrical on nowhere soon. You know I read it in a magazine. Oh, but Benny and the Jets. Hey. put the penny in the chest. Oh, but the wind, no wonderful. Oh, man, she's really a king. She's got electric blue, nowhere soon, you know, right on in the magazine. Oh, Penny in the chest. Penny, 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 Penny in the chest. Penny, 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 Penny in the chest. Penny, 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 Penny in the chest. All right, y'all have a blast tonight. Pour out your hearts, pour out your wallets, and really give this amazing cause. So have a good time. We're so glad to be here. Thanks, y'all.
Hello, everyone. Thank you all so much for being here tonight and for the hosts who so graciously opened their homes to host tonight's event. I would also like to thank the band that kicked off our entertainment for the evening. Before we get started, I want to thank Dale Williams for choosing to spend his birthday with us here tonight. Happy birthday, Dale. Tonight, you can expect to hear from organ transplant recipients, a sudden cardiac arrest survivor, and Alexander himself. You can also expect a fabulous old-fashioned cocktail making lesson from Woodinville Whiskey, raffle prize drawings, and an incredible live auction. All funds raised this evening will go to support our youth heart screening program with the Nick of Time Foundation. For those of you who don't know, Alexander's Hope advocates for organ donation awareness and helps provide heart screenings at local high schools once per month. There, students are given an EKG and, if necessary, an echocardiogram. They are also taught CPR and how to operate an AED, 1 in every 70 kids we screened end up having a heart condition they were not aware of. And of those kids, over 200 have needed emergency heart surgery due to the findings of their screenings, which saved their lives. Every $25 raised tonight will help us screen one child to test for undiagnosed heart conditions. Now, I would like to introduce you all to our incredible auctioneer for the evening, Jim Dever. Jim, why don't you come on over?
I came in with a lot of vigor, a lot of energy, because I am ready to support the cause tonight. We're so glad to have all of you come along with us. We want to let you know that raffle tickets are available. Silent auction is open, excuse me, right up until 10 o'clock tonight. Now, hosts, we are so happy to have you on board. Make sure that everyone at your party is logged in and ready to start the bidding, because here we go. But first, let's see why we're here tonight.
Hello, my name is Molly Gerard. I'm 35 years old. I was diagnosed with choroiditum as an infant. I also had atrial flutter. Due to these conditions, I spent many days and nights in the hospital and had several surgeries and a pacemaker. I even collapsed twice due to high heart rate, and that caused me to receive CPR. I was on the transplant list in desperate need of a heart. In December 2012, I got my gift of life. Since my heart transplant, I have gotten married, I've been able to travel, and live a fulfilling life. Without the transplant, none of those things would have been possible. Please consider organ donation. One donor can save 8 lives.
Hi, my name is Janessa and this is Charlotte. She is 5 years old and just started kindergarten a few weeks ago. When Charlotte was born in 2016, we found out that she has a very rare liver disorder called biliary atresia. She was diagnosed at 8 weeks old, and at 9 weeks old, she had a Kasai procedure, which is a surgery that is done in hopes to fix the bile flow issues that cause biliary atresia. They say that most Kasai procedures fail within the first year. Charlotte's lasted about a year and a half, and at that time, she was placed on the liver transplant list. And at 2 years old, almost 3 years old, Charlotte was in the hospital because she was having a really hard time with the fluid buildup in her stomach that her liver disease was causing. She was inpatient at the hospital, and they were trying to help her with the swelling and were being unsuccessful. And her jaundice and bilirubins were just rising and rising. She was not getting sufficient nutritions into her body, so they put her on IV nutrition and had told us at that point that she was not going to be able to go home until she had her transplant. About a week and a half later, in May, we are not sure if Charlotte would be here today without that gift of donation. And we are forever thankful for that person's choice to become a donor, and also their family for continuing with their wishes. Charlotte is pretty much a normal, healthy 5-year-old girl now. She has done so well after her transplant. Charlotte has gotten to basically live a normal life. And I think about it every day, how grateful we are that we were given such an amazing gift.
What powerful stories. Thank you both to Melanie and Janessa and Charlotte for sharing your incredible stories with us here this evening. Now, I would like to introduce you all to Desiree from Woodinville Whiskey. When you guys all got your party starter baskets earlier this week, you had some whiskey and maple syrup and a handful of other things that will go into tonight's cocktail making.
Well, thank you. I'm so excited to be here, guys. This is absolutely an amazing charity, and I'm so excited to support an event that's doing such great work. Well, I think it's time to do something fun. I think we should make a drink. So hopefully you guys have your kits out and you're ready to roll on our maple old fashioned here. Old fashioned is a super simple drink. It's just 3 ingredients. Start off with our bourbon here. Always have some bitters in there, and then you use a sweetener. Today we're actually going to be using our maple syrup. So it's our barrel-aged maple syrup. All right, you ready to make a drink? Should we get going
Yes,
here? All
teach me.
right, let's do it. All right, follow along with me, guys. Here, I'll go nice and slow so that we can do this together. First thing, I want you to grab your jigger and your bourbon, and you're going to go ahead and put it in your glass there that you have right in front of you. I already put some ice cubes in here, but you can add ice afterwards as well. You're going to do 2 ounces. So you will see this side here is 1.5 ounces. This side underneath is 1/2 ounce. So that's 2 full ounces. Want to try that there?
Yeah.
Bella? Awesome.
Make sure I don't spill.
I know, it's got to be reached.
Oh,
Did you catch it?
I caught it with my leg.
There you go.
Okay.
You can kind of eyeball it there. I oftentimes like to make it a little more than 2 ounces. So, all right. Next ingredient up here is the bitters. You selected walnut bitters, which just happens to be my favorite. So good choice. All right. And I do 2 dashes of bitters there. So just 1, 2.
Yeah.
Or 3, whatever. Yeah, it's no big deal.
You have it down a lot better than
Yeah. All righty. So now you have your bourbon in there, your 2 ounces of bourbon, your 2 or 3 splashes of bitters. It's up to you. Everybody likes it a little different as well. Now we're going to move on to this barrel-aged maple syrup. I don't know if you guys have been in the distillery before, but this is an awesome product that we sell there. People absolutely love it. So I love it. I will say that for sure. We actually barrel age it for 8 months. And then we pasteurize it so there's no alcohol left in there, but it still has a nice whiskey flavor, which is pretty special. All right. So go ahead and get your spoon out there, your bar spoon. Some people do 2 bar spoons of this. I just do 1 myself. Ooh, spilling. Because I don't like mine overly sweet, but it's all up to you there. Good job. All right, so now that you have all those ingredients together, it's time to give this the stir. And stir for about 10 seconds. Yeah, you want to get that diluted. All right, that should be plenty of time there. So now you have all your ingredients mixed together. We're going to go ahead and pour this in your glass. I have a nice glass right here. Just take your strainer, pour that in the glass there. Let's see. And then we just have one more thing to do. I love to garnish it with an orange. So you have these great baskets over here as well. You'll get your peeler out here. You guys can do that while we're here. I have to admit, I pre-pilled. So I don't know if you want that there. But once you got your orange peel there, just take your time with that. Once you got a nice orange peel there, we're going to express the orange. I don't know if you've ever heard this term before, but if you run it around the rim, it gives it a nice, delicious orange smell to it there. That look pretty good?
It looks great.
Well, I'm ready to drink this. So we cheers. Cheers to you all at home, and cheers to a great event.
Cheers.
Cheers. All right. Why I have you guys here real quick? I just thought I would tell you just a little bit about something about our company. Probably many of you actually have been at Woodinville Whiskey before, and you've probably had the chance to enjoy our distillery. It is an amazing company. I absolutely love working for it. So I can speak from the bottom of my heart about how amazing my job is. I just wanted to talk to you real quick about actually where we get our ingredients, because that's a pretty interesting fact there. So every single ingredient in a bottle of Woodinville whiskey is all from the state of Washington. We actually source all of our grains locally here in Quincy, Washington. We have one family farmer called the Omlin Family Farms. They're amazing. They give us all our grain, our rye, and our malted barley as well. And it is aged over at the farm. So they're a huge part of our operation, and they're amazing people. And then we do all of our distilling locally in Woodinville, Washington. You guys probably know we're right on the corner by Chateau Ste. Michelle. We'd love if you guys would come visit us anytime. We're open 11 to 5, 7 days a week. Well, thank you again for having me. I've been so happy to be here. What a special, special event. With that said, I'm going to pass it back to Jim.
Okay, Desiree, how do I get one of those drinks? I'm getting one, right?
I think we can make that work for you.
Okay.
Absolutely.
We're gonna want to toast, have a little toast here in a second, because we have a couple of raffle winners we're going to announce, and there's still time to pick up some raffle tickets for the next round of raffle prizes. We do have more coming up later, so you just click that little button on your auction app. But right now, we're gonna choose the winner. The randomly selected winner, Bella. Do you have the?
I will. I'll trade my beverage.
There it is.
for,
Oh yeah. Sorry about
my,
that. Making her put down her drink and do a little work right here.
My raffle.
This is for the Starbucks package gift card.
Yeah.
Or no, this is just a package. Actually, this is a gift basket. So you get all this stuff as the winner of this raffle. So
Okay.
here we go. This part's exciting. Do I really get a drink?
You really get a drink.
I'll take it.
All righty. Cheers. Steve.
Thank you. Here we go.
Okay. The winner is Audrey W.
Audrey W.
And everybody will get their raffle prizes shortly in about the next week or so.
Okay.
But Audrey, congratulations.
So everybody applaud Audrey while I take a sip.
It's great, right?
Oh man, that's good. That's good sipping.
So good.
Okay, I guess we have to keep working, right? There's a second raffle drawing for right now. Bella's going to draw the winner of the gift card for Performance Kitchen Crafted. And tell me a little bit about that, what that entails.
Yeah, so they have a location in downtown Kirkland, and they have like frozen meals, all really healthy, and that accommodate a bunch of different diets. And so you can go in, you have a $100 gift card to get any frozen meal you want. You can also talk with them and get a free nutrition consultation. And then also just figure out, what would work best. But they are delicious. So it is a great prize.
Sounds good. And it's
Great
$100
prize.
value.
Yeah.
The randomly selected winner is coming up right now. And who is it?
Don J.
Don J. Do
Congratulations.
you know who that is? Sounds like a rapper to me. DJ Don J.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Well, now we are going to take a little time to meet a sudden cardiac arrest survivor. This is really interesting and pretty touching story too. Roll the tape.
Hi, my name's Kevin Marcus Miller. I'm 27 and I'm a sudden cardiac arrest survivor. Here's my story. August 2019, here in Seattle, Washington. I hadn't played basketball in a really long time. I mean, a really long time. And I'm going, to play some hoops. It's a little rec league here in Seattle. And so I decide I'm going to show up. This is August 1st, 2019. About 3 minutes in the game, something happened. I'm coming up the court. And as I'm coming up the court, my heart completely stopped. At the time, I was 25 years old. I had no pre-existing genetic conditions, and I was unconscious for 3 days. What happened during those 3 days, I don't personally really remember. But what was told to me is that I was saved by a gentleman named Tim. Tim was the basketball coach that day. He gave me CPR for 10 minutes straight. He did not give up on me. The rest of the basketball team gathered around me, Someone called 911. Someone had the AED machine. And then the ambulance showed up about 2 minutes after I went into a sudden cardiac arrest. If the ambulance would have shown up 2-3 minutes later, I wouldn't have made it. And I'm incredibly grateful that the team, the basketball team, my care team, they all were there for me. I want to stress the importance of getting screened. I had never had an EKG up until this point in my life. Perhaps if I had one, we may have known more about why this happened to me. When I was at Harborview, I had an incredible care team, and they installed what's called a defibrillator on the left side here of my body. Subcutaneous, that means on the side. I call it Mickey, that's the nickname I give it. And so Mickey and I have been together for about a year and a half, 2 years now. And there are some changes in my life. But ultimately, what's important is the fact that I have more time to spend with my family, and I can help other kids get screened, get tested, and stay safe. So if you're ever wondering, hey, do I have something going on with me? Now would be the time to get screened. Here at Alexander's Hope, you have the opportunity to make sure that our high school youth are safe and are in position to live a healthy life. My name is Kevin Marcus Miller, and that's my story.
Oh man, what a story that is that Kevin has. And Kevin, we know you're here with us tonight. Thank you so much for being here, and we are so grateful that you're able to do that. And we're so happy to hear your story and that it has turned out for the better. Thank goodness. Now it is time for a very exciting part of the night. I know making drinks was pretty exciting, but this is even more exciting. We have some live auction items that we're going to bid on now. And Belle's going to help me by describing the items. We start out with a really, really good one. I was just out there at Climate Pledge Arena, and man, Shaquille O'Neal himself, who has played basketball in every arena in the world, said this is the most beautiful arena he has ever seen. And I think Kraken fans can't wait to get Kraken.
Yeah.
You can be one of them.
Yeah. So that is going to be our first auction, live auction item that is going to open, and it's now open. So you can click on it on the auction portal, and you will get 4 premium club seats to a Seattle Kraken hockey game at Climate Pledge Arena. So
Yeah, so
a pretty great package.
It's the works. So the bidding starts at $800. These are premium, really in every sense of the word, premium tickets. You get food and beverage service.
Yeah.
You get the free parking, which free parking for one day alone in Seattle is now valued at $10,000. So there you go. So we're gonna look for your bids to come in any second here. We might be a few seconds behind where you are, but go on in on your app. Make sure you put in your bid. Bidding starts at $800. We're going to give you a chance to kind of kick that in there. And it's a little tough to get Kraken tickets these days.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean the season tickets sold out in like 2 minutes. And tickets for individual games are also really difficult to get right now. There's so much excitement around this team. And so, like I said, just the most beautiful place to actually watch a game. So I can't wait to get out there myself one day. You could get out there yourself right now just by putting down your bid in the app. So we're going to give you a chance to do that. Do we have any coming in yet? Are we going to?
We don't have any yet.
Okay, we'll come back to that.
Not yet.
We'll come back to that and see how you're doing. Why don't we?
Oh! I take it back. We have one. Jill Zimmerman for $800.
Okay, Jill's kicking it off. And like I said, we're probably, with the way the software works and the whole internet thing, we may be a few seconds behind you. So if you've put in your bid, don't panic. We will be seeing it show up any second now. So we'll kind of keep an eye on that and let you know where things stand. But Jill, right now, thank you so much for your bid of $800. We're looking for, you might be going if we don't see any more come through here. So people are going to want to jump in there. I have a feeling that one's going to go up a little bit more.
Bob Chafee, 900.
That name
My
sounds
dad.
familiar.
900.
900. Good bid. You know, I bet we've got about 3 bids behind that one too, that are going to show up any second now. So you might want to just jump right up, like just cut to the chase, throw down 2,000, something like that. That's called a Hail Mary bid in when we do live auctions. It's that person who just puts their card up not Hail Mary, Statue of Liberty. Hail Mary is a whole
Mm.
other thing. Statue of Liberty bid. You just hold it up like that torch of freedom and you keep your card in the air and you make sure nobody else tops you.
We got another. Audrey for $1,000.
Sweet. So see, I knew there'd be a lot of activity on this one. Way to go. So you know what? Like I said, you can cut the night short and make sure you get this item
Oh,
by just putting in a
Bob.
huge amount of money.
Bob is back for 1,100. Oh, and Audrey's back for 1,200.
Oh man. Okay,
The
good.
bidding war has begun.
We've got a shootout. We've got
The
a
bidding
duel
war has
going
begun.
here. I want to just watch these two go at it. So are those our two? Those are our two heavy hitters.
Georgina for 1,300.
Georgina. So we had an alpha and a beta. Now we've got a what's
We
C?
have-
Omega? I know. No. That's at the. Isn't that the end of the alphabet? Alpha, beta. What's after beta? There's delta, epsilon, whatever the C
I don't
is.
even.
So we've got three top bidders going at it right now.
Okay, so we're at 1,300 for Georgina.
Okay.
How much longer do we want to
I don't know. I don't know if I want to. I don't want if I want to jump away from this right now. It's a pretty hot item. Let's give it another. Should we say we'll keep it open for one more minute?
One more minute.
Because we've got a lot of other stuff to get to. So one more minute, and then the machine's going to just cut you off. So get your bids in right now. Get them in high, and make sure that you get that package because that's awesome. Everybody wants to see the Kraken. It's going to be so much fun. I can't wait. My son said, "Yeah, I want to see the Kraken." And I told him about this item, and I said, if he puts up $800 opening bid, then maybe I'll throw in after that. But I don't know if that's going to happen. He's 21. He doesn't have the money yet. And I'm too cheap, but everybody else, out there, big fans, people are going to definitely jump on that one.
Oh, okay.
Still
There's
going?
been, I backed away for a second to get the item closed pretty soon here. And Bob has come back for $1,400.
Okay, don't close that item too soon. Sounds like a lot of people are interested right now. We can move on and start describing the next item and keep this open for a little bit longer
Yes.
because I think people want a little more time to bid on
Let's
that.
do that.
So why don't we move on to, we'll tell you about an unforgettable stay in Coeur d'Alene. We will keep the bidding open on the Kraken package for one more minute, but we're going to jump ahead to the next item, which is an unforgettable stay at Coeur d'Alene Resort. If you go to Coeur d'Alene, the place you want to stay is the Coeur d'Alene Resort. That's the one they've got the floating, the golf tee out in the middle of the lake or something like that.
yes.
I don't know. I'm not much of a golfer. I would put it right in the water immediately. But that's an awesome place to stay. There are no blackout dates. This is for 2 nights. And you get $100 toward dining. So right there, that's going to be a really, really nice.
And we are now live
really
on
nice
that one.
stay. So that one is now live as well. That is the Coeur d'Alene Resort, and Seattle Kraken closing any second now.
Yeah. Okay. We have a bid in $700 from Ursula.
Thank you, Ursula. Awesome, $700.
I think the next bracket up is 750 or, but I mean, there's a bid more button. So.
Yeah, you're going to want to jump way ahead of that one, I think, because that just like that last item, this is going to be one that goes up pretty fast. And we are going to keep a limited amount of time. I wish we had all night to just keep the bidding open, which we kind of do with the silent auction items. Those will be open until 10 o'clock. But with these live auction items, you got to jump in fast because we're only keeping each item open for like 2 minutes and then it gets cut off. So jump in with your best bid as fast as you can. So we now have opened up the unforgettable stay in Coeur d'Alene Resort. And we are at $700.
Yeah, and I mean, we put some photos up on there as well. And I'm not a golfer, but that one hole on the green in the water, that looks awesome. Like I would golf for those like people. I don't golf.
Yeah,
I do not golf, and I would go out for that.
Also, great boating there. You can rent boats. You can do all kinds of
the
things.
spa.
Nice hiking in the area. A spa. If you want to have more of a laid back vacation.
We're up
Coeur
to
d'Alene's a lot of
750. Angie Berry.
Okay, thank you, Angie, for your bid at $750.
Oh, Susan Baker, 800.
800, very nice. So, like I said, there may be a little lag time here.
Oh, Ursula's back for 850.
Thank you, Ursula. So somebody may have put in $1,000 bid right now. It's not that we don't know it's there. It's just that it hasn't popped up on our screen just yet. But keep
Susan
doing it. Keep
Baker,
bidding.
900.
Very nice. Can we take a moment and let these guys keep
950,
bidding
yeah.
and take a look back at the Seattle Kraken?
Yes, we definitely can. Okay, the Kraken has gone up. So Jill went after it for 1,500 and then Angie for 1,600.
Fantastic. Is that item now closed?
That item will be closing I think in seconds.
In
if it's not
seconds.
on
Seconds
replay.
away.
So,
Okay. So you have a chance there, but it sounds like we did very well with that one. So the Coeur d'Alene Resort, once again, is open for bidding. We've got a lot of activity there. You might want to
we're at
just
1,000 now.
Yeah.
Ursula.
So, you might want to just slam down 2,000 and call it a night. That's always that's always my advice. It's good advice, right? Okay,
yeah.
so as soon as the Kraken closes down, we'll jump ahead to the next item. Let me start telling you a little bit about the next item. It is an inclusive pontoon cocktail cruise. This is for
Pretty
8
cool.
people. It includes appetizers and drinks on a mutually agreed upon date. You'll go out on Lake Washington in this big, beautiful pontoon boat and have the party of your life out there with those apps and drinks. It's probably, I would say is it going to be a sunset cruise? Maybe that's something
I think it's going to be right around
sun.
sun. I mean,
Yeah.
Your choice, but I'm assuming sunset. if
Yeah,
you're
you
doing
worked that out, but
cocktails.
I think it'll be probably, that's when I would do it, at least. If I was out cruising on Lake Washington, I'd do it at sunset for sure. All right, I'm starting to lose my ability to speak. I think it was the whiskey. Could have been the whiskey. So how are we doing with the Coeur
So
d'Alene?
Coeur d'Alene, we've had a little bit of back and forth with some new people here,
Uh-huh.
but we are now at 1,150 Angie Berry.
Excellent. Okay, I like the way that one's going.
It's going well.
And we have opened up bidding on the inclusive pontoon cocktail cruise for 8. This would be a wonderful way to. Is that water for me? You heard me slurring? Yeah, that's it. I just needed water. That's all.
And the
Thank you.
pontoon cocktail cruise opens. Bidding opens at $300.
Okay.
So $300, 8 people.
$300 to entertain 8 people. That's not a bad deal at all.
Not bad at all.
No, get in on that one. If you have a small company and you'd like to show some appreciation to your employees, if you would like to get the family together, maybe for a birthday or an anniversary, this would be an excellent thing to do. I mean, we've been to many different parties, some of us, not me, I never get invited, but you maybe have been to many different parties. But have you ever been to a party on a pontoon boat on Lake Washington in and maybe at sunset? Who knows? You can set this date up. You don't have to do it in the middle of the winter. I think you can do it anytime you want to over the next year. So you can work all that out. That would be, and when you do it, invite me. Okay. That's why I'm here tonight, to ask for people to give me things.
I do want to note, so Kraken has officially closed. There was more back and forth, but Angie Berry still won with $1,800.
Wow,
So,
very good. Okay.
Congratulations. That's an awesome
Well worth it
package.
too. You're kind of joining into history as a
Yeah.
spectator in the early season, in its team's first season.
We're up to 1,200 at Coeur d'Alene. Ursula,
Love that.
awesome.
Coeur d'Alene Resort, we'll keep that one open for another 30 seconds or a minute, somewhere in there. What do you think? We're being as accurate as we can be, as exact as we can be. We'll keep that one open for 1 minute, and that'll close down.
Yeah.
So Coeur d'Alene Resort, get your bids in right now. Going away in just 1 minute. That pontoon cocktail cruise we talked about, bidding is open. It is at...
Starts at 300. I'm just doing a little back end work
You do
right
that
now.
stuff for now. Yeah, we don't want to lose any information there. So yeah, it started at $300. We'll see where that goes. The inclusive pontoon cocktail cruise for 8. That includes apps and drinks on a mutually agreed upon date. I think that is Lake Washington, and I would suggest a sunset cruise. Always great, a great idea. Let's see, our next one coming up. Oh, I'm going to save the next one for a second. Let's just kind of keep going with
Okay, we did get a bid in for the pontoon cocktail cruise. $300 to Rick Walter.
Okay. Way to go, Rick. Do you have any competition out there? That's what we're going to find out now.
We'll see soon. We will see. And both the other 2 have been closed officially. So congratulations
Okay. So
to our...
all the action now is in on the pontoon cruise. That's where all the action is right now. And it is at $300 last we could see. Like I said, some of the bids come in a little bit before we can see them. So we'll read them out as soon as we can find them. Let's see. Am I forgetting anything? No,
we have our,
we're moving along
dare I
here.
say, our most exciting package.
I think it is. Do you want to describe it?
So yes, I would love to. So it's not live quite yet. So get your fingers ready. but it is the Alexander's Hope Super Fan Package. And
Oops, sorry.
yeah, so this is it. It'll be, presented. I will fold things nicer. However, in the Alexander's Hope Superfan package, it is only for our top Alexander's Hope supporters. We have
Only the
four-
best.
only
By the
the
way,
best.
if you are not a super fan, if you don't truly appreciate what Alexander's Hope does day in and day out, then we don't even want you to bid on this. Okay, this is only for very good-hearted. Only the best people should bid on this. If you're not one of the best people, just there's the door. Start walking, because this is for the very best people to bid on.
And I'm gonna
Did I
open
sell it?
bidding. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna open bidding on this one after.
Okay.
After.
And so you get tons of swag, all right, to show your pride in the work that's being done, screening kids for heart defects that they don't even know they have, that their families don't know they have. You're saving families from potential tragedy by your contribution, but you also get mugs and pens and hats.
Yeah, and some Alexander's like big Hope shirts or mugs, which have been a fan favorite. And also not
Those are good
included
mugs.
in here, they are great mugs, is 4 entries into our 2022 Valentine's Day Dash, which will be our 3rd annual. So that's pretty big.
That's great.
That's pretty big.
And you will be treated like the royalty you deserve to be treated like.
Yes.
Because that is fantastic. We really
Exactly, yeah.
appreciate. Oh,
Set
thank
this
you.
down. Maybe
Thank you.
maybe let's open up, like show them some shirts or something.
Yeah.
There's some exciting things.
This
in
is here. This is now a game worn hat. Okay. It was worn at tonight's auction. That just doubled the value of that hat right there.
I agree.
The
And
mugs,
so,
the mugs are incredible mugs. These are
These.
like some of the best mugs I've ever used.
any size too. Well, we can accommodate. We have plenty.
I love that logo too.
And oh my goodness, almost forgot to mention, you get 2 dog leashes, Alexander's Hope dog
Oh,
leashes.
dog leashes. I thought,
It's a huge. It's
when I saw that, I thought that was like for a lanyard, which,
okay.
which we call dog leashes at work. You have to have your dog leash on.
But these are great. Our dogs
Yeah.
wear them every day. So
Fantastic. By the way, walking your dog is good for your heart health. So there you
Yeah.
go.
dogs are probably.
I had a
for heart
next door
health.
neighbor, and he got this giant dog, and inside his house, he had a frame around a prescription, like a real prescription written out by his doctor. And on the prescription, it said, "Get a dog." Because doctors
I love it.
recommend you have a dog. It makes you get out and play and walk and do all those things. So we've opened the bidding now on the Superfan basket and other stuff. What do you call this? The Superfan package? We'll call it that.
Super fan package. I love it. So we're still waiting on some bids from that.
How are we doing with the pontoon boat?
The pontoon boat, we are still at $300. We're still open.
Oh, come on,
I think
people.
we're gonna need to close it in the next couple minutes here.
Yeah,
though.
we're going to
So,
close that in probably the next minute.
Yeah,
1
no one
minute
else
from now.
comes in. Rick, it'll
Well,
be
you got to steal Rick. If hey, everybody, you're all about to get Rick rolled. Okay. If you don't throw your bids in on that, we're at $300 for a party for 8 people out on the water. Yeah. Get your bids in on that for sure.
Let's refresh it. We're still at 300. I think it's time to close it.
I think the computer's broken. I can't believe that's at 300. Yeah, for sure. That's an awesome deal. And so we've opened the Alexander's Hope Superfan package, and we're looking for somebody to step up and be the Superfan. When that happens, we will do the world's first virtual standing ovation. Everyone who's watching, even if you're sitting there alone, will be requested to stand up and cheer and scream at the top of your lungs until your neighbors wonder what's going on for whoever takes the high bid in the Alexander's Hope Superfan package. So that's going to be fun. That's going to be a really fun event that we're about to do.
Yeah, I'm going back, seeing if we still have no bids. Maybe we might just have to leave it open for a little bit.
What's the starting?
come
What's
back
the
to it.
starting bid?
We're
on that?
starting at 250,
250. Oh my gosh.
which let's think about this here. So
put me in at 250. Put me in at 250.
put you
Just
in
say
250.
Jim or whatever. We can write it down.
We'll note it.
So I'm
We'll
in
note
at 250. We'll see if anybody has the guts to beat me. What's the next level?
The next level up,
250
I think it's going to be like 300.
Oh,
Yeah.
come on. Yeah.
And 250 is how many
Show your spirit. You got it.
hearts are. Oh, we actually got a 250 in. Audrey is
What-
in for 250.
Audrey, you're gonna have to do a little better than that. I got my 250 in before your 250. Okay, so
She's like, no.
you want to beat me? You got to come in at 300. See, I can do that. I can just call it. I'm like Judge Judy standing here. I can just make up my own rules, which is exactly what Judge Judy does. I'm convinced. I don't believe her. I don't think she's even a real judge.
Let's circle back to the pontoon
Okay,
boat.
back to the pontoon
So we
boat.
ended up going up to 350 and
Oh.
then 400 back
Oh,
to Rick.
okay.
So Rick is still our
Rick is
overall
still,
winner on this one, but the top bidder, I would say.
yeah. Rick will not be. I was going to say undersold, but overbid.
Outbid. No.
Rick will not be overbid. Do you remember Jack Roberts, the appliance king? No, you're too young.
No.
He used to say, "I won't be undersold." So we want you to say, "I won't be overbid." You need to be the high bidder, whoever you are out there. Alexander's Hope super fan, you need to be the high bidder.
Yeah,
gonna
we're
look for you.
at 250. I think what if we just say we're going to close at 7:45? We'll give the people a couple minutes
Okay.
to think about it. We'll go on to our next
Well, that's true.
video and go from there. But
Okay. So we'll keep that open for a couple minutes. And so what are we moving on to next? I'm sorry, I got so excited there. The most important video of all.
it is the most important video of the evening.
Okay. We are going to hear from the namesake of Alexander's Hope. What a story he has to tell,
Yeah.
your brother. Let's hear from Alexander.
Hey, I'm Alexander Chafee. I thought I'd share my story and let you all know why Alexander's Hope means so much to me, and why events like this are so important. A little over 4 years ago, at the age of 19, I was writing an essay in my dorm room and began to feel a small ache in my chest. The pain escalated, and before I knew it, my roommate had driven me to the ER. I was diagnosed with anxiety and told I had just had a panic attack. Over the next few months, my family and I tried to remedy this new anxiety disorder that I had suddenly developed. I saw psychologists, got prescribed medications, received massages, and meditated. Anything in an effort to mitigate the onset of these painful episodes. Another episode of chest pains happened when I was at a friend's house one night, and I was eventually driven home by my parents, chest aching throughout the whole night. As far as we knew, this was just how panic attacks work. Soon after, on a family hiking trip, I experienced the worst of my supposed panic attacks. We were hiking at Arches National Park in Utah, specifically the iconic Delicate Arch. We all reached the top, where I ran around, took pictures, and enjoyed the gorgeous scenery. From there, I never made it all the way back down, on my feet anyhow. Partway through our descent from the top, I began to feel an immense pain in my chest. I called out to my mom, who was nearest to me, and my legs gave out. My family quickly surrounded me and laid me down on a flat rock beneath a small tree out of the sun. I sat under that tree for nearly a few hours as my sisters ran down to get a park ranger. The ranger arrived and performed some tests, and I was eventually wheeled down the mountain on a stretcher by a team of rangers. When I reached the bottom, I felt well enough to walk again. I participated in some more of the hikes throughout the trip, though with significantly less energy, and I wasn't able to complete some of them. I later learned that I had experienced a massive heart attack that day. My mother grew increasingly concerned, and after we returned home, she had me get a blood test. Early the next morning, she received an urgent call. The woman who administered the blood test was extremely concerned and wanted us to meet with her immediately. We met, and I was told that my liver was greatly enlarged and that its enzymes were way off the charts. I was told to quickly get to a medical imaging center. I arrived and was evaluated, though before I was able to get the second scan, the doctor pulled my parents aside and let them know something was extremely wrong with me and that I needed to get to an emergency room as soon as possible. At the hospital, I was told that I needed a heart valve replacement and was referred to the University of Washington Medical Center for the surgery, arriving by ambulance. I spent the night there, and in the morning, I was on my way to receive a coronary angiogram. I was supposed to see my parents again in an hour after the imaging was complete and told them I'd see them soon. Shortly afterwards, I flatlined on the table and had to be resuscitated. I had the surgery for the heart valve and was placed on ECMO, a blood circulating machine, for nearly a week before doctors decided that my heart was still not beating sufficiently. The next thing I remember was that I awoke slowly, hallucinating severely from the anesthesia, in a hospital bed, atrophied and unable to move or speak, with an artificial heart pumped away inside of my body. It took me a few days before the anesthetic had worn off enough to comprehend the situation I was in and to realize just what that loud machine I was connected to really was. For about a month or so, I remained on the artificial heart and was able to get onto the transplant list relatively quickly. After only 8 days of being listed, on September 9th, 2017, I received a heart transplant. Within about another month or so, I was admitted back home to recover and get my life back on track. I am eternally grateful to the wonderful doctors, nurses, and other folk who helped me to get through my days in the hospital. I'm also grateful for my ever supportive and loving family for always being there, my friends for visiting me, and my roommate for taking the initial situation into his hands and helping me through it. All the people that heard about my situation, who prayed or otherwise hoped for my recovery, I cannot thank you all enough either. My final thanks will go out to the as of yet unknown person who generously donated their organs and whose heart I received. All funds donated tonight go directly towards youth heart screenings and make sure that what happened to me doesn't happen to anybody else. I'm Alexander, and thank you for being here tonight.
Wow, what a story your brother has. Alexander, thank you so much for sharing that with us, with all of us. And just by sharing his story, he is saving lives. He really is. And you are too, with your efforts, and everyone who's here tonight. We're so glad to have you along for the ride. Thank you so much. And we know we've got a lot of super fans out there, and we received word that the app was doing a little glitchy thing. So we're going to keep the Alexander's Hope super fan package open right through the silent auction. So at 10 o'clock, when we close down all the silent auction items, we'll also close that one down too, I guess. But right now we are at the most important part of the auction. We've been bidding against each other, trying to outdo each other the whole night. But this is the time when we're truly all on the same team and all looking for that same goal of raising. Tonight, our goal is $10,000 for the kind of prevention that's necessary to get into these schools and to find problems like the one that Alexander had before it gets to the point where it got to with him.
Yeah.
And God forbid, takes a lot of lives as well. And the kind of work that you're doing has prevented unnecessary death, unnecessary misery, and tragedy for families everywhere. And it's just I don't know, my hat is off to you. You've done such a great job literally saving lives. And that's what we're going to do here tonight. This is the Fund a Need portion of the evening, which is you give a completely tax deductible donation to the cause. A lot of your workplaces will actually match these donations as well. So you can do so much good over the next 5 minutes here. You need to go onto your app. You're going to see our thermometer.
Yeah, make a donation. So there's a button that says make a donation.
Very good. Hit the make a donation. And then when you get to that page, you'll see the various giving levels, right?
Yeah, and people have already gotten started, it looks like.
Oh, that's fantastic. And there's that little thermometer there that we're going to try to get up to $10,000. Do you mind if I throw this out there to them and say, if there's someone out there who had a very good year and would like to give the $10,000 right now, we can start celebrating. We'll still continue to take money, believe me, but we will be so grateful to anyone who has it within their reach to give that $10,000 right now. And I think that will be the first virtual standing ovation of the evening, would be if somebody can do that. That $10,000 incidentally pays for 400 screenings. It's the kind of thing that it's a typical high school screening that you would do, right? Yeah. And so you can, and out of those 400, you said 1 out of 70 find an undiagnosed condition for the first time.
Yeah, 1 out of 70. And then of all the hearts we screened, about 200 kids have actually needed a life-altering surgery that without that could have prevented them from surviving, which is just mind-boggling.
Yeah, it's amazing. And people aren't numbers, but when you give the numbers, you realize how many people you've saved, how many lives you may have saved here, how many, like I said, tragedies averted. It's pretty amazing. And that's what you're doing here tonight. I know we're sharing each other's time and company and having a great time. But when it comes right down to it, underneath all that, you're literally saving a life, and how do you put a value on that? I don't know, but we're going to try. So $10,000 will be the first value. If you don't have $10,000 in your pocket, maybe $5,000. Now, I hope I'm not scaring everyone away, because each level that I mentioned is just as important as the one that came before. So we will be so grateful for whatever you give from your heart and from your wallet tonight. If you were to give, let's say, some multiple of $25, well, $25 is the amount of money that it takes to screen one student. $25. So that may be the student whose life you save right there.
Yeah.
So that's pretty awesome. I think we're open now, and you can give it any level. Holy cow, the thermometer.
We're almost halfway to our goal.
Okay, so we're up near $5,000 already. Fantastic. And I can see it coming in. We should thank a few of the people who have been giving their money here tonight. Georgina France, thank you so much. Angelina Olson, thank you. Vicky Ross, thank you. Jennifer Lynn Spencer, thank you so much for your generous donation of $1,000. Amy Sirich, I hope I said that right. Yeah, at $1,000. Thank you so much. We mentioned Vicky Ross at $500, Angelina Olson at $500. Thank you, Alexander
himself
at $500.
And Paul Sweeney for kicking it off.
Yeah,
that was before we even started the program tonight, which is incredible. So thank you for that.
Thank you. So many great people here tonight, and I can see that thermometer moving up, 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 up. I could just sit here and watch that. And you guys probably would wish that I just shut my mouth and sit here and watch this, right? So we leave you in peace. Look at that. I love this. Kirkland Lads. I'm going to mess up that name. Nander C. Marison. Brigida. Oh boy, you're going to really challenge me on that. Suwandana.
I think so.
I'm in the neighborhood. I know I'm somewhere in the area of getting your name right. Thank you all so much. Jill Zimmerman, thank you. Kay Larson, thank you. Paul Sweeney, once again, thank you for kicking the whole thing off. And we are at $5,100. So we've crossed the halfway mark, and we're going to give you the chance to keep giving probably right through the night, right? Do we keep this open?
Oh yeah, this stays open all night long. We got another one in. Karen Hazen, thank you.
Fantastic. Yeah, and so we'll keep the silent auction open until 10 o'clock tonight too.
Yes.
By the way, still time to get a raffle ticket, I think, isn't there? We have a raffle drawing coming up in a couple minutes.
We just filled out the people that have bought some tickets midway through the auction.
So we'll do one more sweep for those. So raffle tickets you can purchase those on your app as well.
Jump in real quick, see if we have some more people.
Okay. Yeah, we want to make sure we get everybody, because we're gonna draw raffle tickets in just a couple minutes for 3 more prizes. So if you want to get in on that, you probably have about 30 seconds to get your raffle tickets purchased for that, and we'll throw them in there and make sure we get them all in the little basket for you.
Looks like we're all caught up right now.
Okay.
So that's good.
Excellent. All right. We're just kind of letting you take the steering wheel at this point. We're at $6,100. So it does keep climbing. Thank you very much. Who do we have to thank there?
Audrey,
thank you so much. Audrey's really doing a lot of work tonight, huh?
I've seen her name a handful of times.
Yeah,
she is.
I love that. Thank you for your $500 contribution, Audrey.
Okay, should we take a brief? Oh, we got another one.
This is fun to watch, by the way. I'm just seeing this thing go up, up, up. We're at $6,200. That's fantastic. And our goal, once again, is $10,000 tonight. So we'll see. we'll be happy to get on up there anywhere near that we can. That's going to do a lot of good for a lot of people. So thank you so much for all of that. Do you want to do the raffle prizes?
Yeah, let's bring
Okay,
out
so we
some
have a
raffle
second round of
prizes.
raffle. We've closed off the raffle tickets now. We have everybody's ticket in that bowl over there. And Bella's going to draw the first one is for Fair Scones gift basket. Now,
Yeah, pretty good.
when you say scones, it's like, do you have an army of people you would like to make scones for? That's what we have there. And you couldn't forget the jam. Got to have
The
the
jam
jam.
is like the best part, I think.
Yeah, that was like one of the good things to come out of the pandemic is that they really figured out how to get the scones to the people. Even though last year they didn't have the fair, they had the scones. I think they had like a drive-through fair or something.
Probably.
But they figured out some way to get the scones into grocery stores and come up with a way to get them right to your home. So we've got a whole basket full of them for you for the winner of the raffle.
We're going to go with this one. Audrey. Wow.
Well,
I think this is Audrey's
that's
number,
kismet.
second one, and she's been awesome tonight,
Yeah,
so.
Audrey's been. We were just saying how well you've been treating us tonight, Audrey. Thank you so much. I'd like to, Audrey. You know what? This is just for me. Okay, this is a sign of my gratitude to you.
We'll bring out our next
Got a
item.
great big scone basket. Okay,
Oh,
the next
all right.
item is the soups gift basket.
Yeah, and this
You-
one's
Tell me about
pretty
this
cool.
soup. This isn't just
So-
any old soup.
no, so it's actually the same company as the scones. So
Oh.
the same people gave us 2 baskets, and they look incredible.
Yeah.
You have a handful of different whole grain bowls, all these other kinds of soups.
Very
Great
healthy.
especially with fall, winter coming around.
I
This is
wonder,
the kind of package you want.
yeah, that's very healthy. My son wouldn't eat that. He only eats ramen. The cheapest ramen you can find. That's what he'll eat. Okay, and the winner is
Angelina Olsen.
excellent, Angelina.
Congratulations.
You're gonna have a lot of soup, Angelina.
And
Oh, this is
we have one more item this evening.
this may be my favorite,
It is.
and not just because. we have
So
that-
if you liked your old-fashioned cocktails this evening, you will like this package. You have the bourbon whiskey that you're served tonight, 2 maple syrups, and 2 of these awesome Woodinville whiskey glasses.
oh yeah,
A really, really cool package.
you get Woodinville whiskey right in your home.
Yeah.
You don't even have to go to Woodinville for it.
No.
Not that that's a bad thing. I
No.
like going to Woodinville.
We're in Woodinville right now, actually.
Yeah, we are.
Angie Berry, congratulations. You
Excellent.
have won our Woodinville whiskey package. I'm going to put this.
I like the way this has gone tonight. I like seeing familiar names too. Like when you see somebody who's doing a good job with the bidding and giving a fine donation, and then when we can award them something, it sort of warms my heart a little bit. Okay, well, I think my job is done.
Yeah.
Should we take one last look at where the thermometer stands at this point?
We're at $6,200 right now.
$6,200. Okay, great. Well, thank you. We're going to keep that open until 10 o'clock. We are also going to keep the silent auction open until 10 o'clock. So
Yes.
you can contribute to the cause either way. Still some great silent auction items on there. And I saw a couple of
There are
deals.
a couple went. A couple got bought out.
That's great.
Too, so
But there's also a couple of good deals I saw
Oh,
in there
yeah.
too. So those are the ones you kind of want to zero in on now, and as we head into the home stretch for the rest of the evening. Well, thank you so much. I will see you on the next King 5 evening program. But for now, I'm going to go. I'm exhausted. This is too much work for me. So I'm going to
Well,
go to
thank
sleep. All this
you.
money coming in and beautiful emotional evening. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Jim. Well, I want to thank you all for attending this evening, for gathering your friends and getting your friends and family involved with Alexander's Hope and learning about what Alexander's Hope does and who we are. I really hope you guys had as much fun as we did. I know we had a blast. We've been here for a little while, so we've been having a great time. And then Jim just went over this, 10 p.m., that's your cutoff, your final reminder for that. I do have a couple of thank yous I want to throw out there before we close this evening. I want to thank Georgina and her family for letting us stream tonight's auction in their wonderful home. I want to thank Jim for draining everybody's bank accounts this evening. I want to thank Desiree from Woodinville Whiskey for the incredible cocktail lesson and the cocktail that followed. It was fantastic. I would also like to thank Scott, Mickey, and David for kicking off tonight's entertainment with your band. The music was incredible, and I know a lot of people loved tuning in on that before we got started in our program this evening. I also want to thank our auction committee. So there was a lot of work that was put in behind the scenes. We gathered our auction items and really put this whole thing together. And so that committee was Georgina, Lisa, Nicola, Liz, Shayna, Jen, and Bob. So thank you all, and for everybody else who donated auction items and stepped up to be here this evening. I would also like to have a special shout out for Nicola for figuring out the streaming for tonight's event. It was not easy for making all of the videos that you saw tonight, as well as our promo videos that were shared over the past few months, and for taking the pictures of the auction items. And there was probably a million other things that he did that I'm not remembering at the moment. Lastly, I would like to thank everyone who hosted this evening. We so appreciate you. Thank you all for joining us tonight, and we hope to see you at our Valentine's Day Dash in February. Have a great rest of your evening.
Bye.